Welcome again to the live. Sylvester hasn't gone anywhere. You know what? When I put on the vest, this vest, don't expect to think the way I should think. It won't happen. You are not the one who caused it to rain. If you have any thinking or thought, you would have known the need of this country and the world. When I wear the vest, I'm showing you I'm wearing something, but it's reflecting what? White. I'm not naked. Even if I should take off this, it doesn't make myself naked. You will see art forms continuously. Now, in the art studios, we more like you get off while you are in official wear school uniform, have that, and you wear multiple. So we get to wear this. That's the also when you get to in the studio, you look handsome because these verse show the name of that to you. That if you don't have it, you like it up your spirit. With let according to your times. That's why you know, visual artists they have what? Have a look and color code like those things they have to respond to. What is naked that you on the street? We can use showing right nakedness than when somebody lock up the gate into it. This you didn't know. You have raised it up to your head, let it in with, so you know that angle and level. Wait. Don't think you and your Lord are not the rule. You're always with the law. You keep probably him. But one more is what I'm sure. False witness, falsehood. That which I witnessed, not I cannot say. So this is what we say is witness to tell you this. Now, and this is what we also say building. This is what it is built. If you receive it as input, like even then I'm still asking, wait, you work on his schedule, or you have to ask the Lord if you have any communication or interaction with him. What is it that I'm saying? Oh, what I mean by idolatry. You see, they're showing different forms and shapes like this. Like this. This you have to show yourself. What kind of what? You know that you are saying a mature person. You sin against it before know what to you. In 1 year, tell them I will okay in judgment. This beard, you don't say you order they are look away, but they don't be what you can. Look, you don't have any of the data here to show that you are even Lord. Huh? You don't have any of it. So you saw that you have to do it, right? Probably you put some sketch somewhere. So that's what we use ourselves for. When I talk about the visuals, they're showing things. Why is that you take an area we talk about. So that I normally I will but your way to fit more than myself. I'm the only one who wears this already. Bosses feel up to you are and above their level. I walk and work in their rooms, on their bed, even when they defile their own bed. On my coming, they do things that you don't expect. Yeah, because I have to be there and see it physically. I walk with them, sit there, cook for it, and go away from them any day. Or that an priest or somebody's master to just render service. You think they serve them like that? No, I'm the only one who will have the rest. So I wish that I would work for my client to gain and the one that come to him or at the time or spread a little find out. Who's this sorter? How they will tell you. Many people want to find out. You are somebody who just run the world with his own understanding. That is this one. Who do you want to say this look like? I put the document out there on the street, every place. That's the account, their certified account. That woman. So that when you carry someone, this is verified already in the life. What are you using it for? They have checked already. You need to understand what they say. This person whose eye you hold, is tied to him and his finger put the body. So are you? Where are you? What the internet is having used? Where are you going to? There you know the technology have advanced you already. All the things are in the video. Digitally, people here have a copy. They can put on we have a token as a video, as form, as topic, and gather. And it's in the data that tell you how you want to upgrade. This is level of you. My verification what I do. I've never been placed in any police station. I've never been branch you combating the or do probably on you. Do you get it? So that you look at it and now you to that way. So it's why that the word they don't need. I with the meditation and hoping. You don't keep hope. You don't give to him that who can for that somebody may give them to eat or drink. You don't give them that hope in the Lord Yeshua. You lose hope in it. They don't get to a level. You don't need. There's somebody open. I don't think I'm being muscular. Do you see what I'm showing? I see till day. You see this? You see what it looks? I don't have what you think you eat big. Yet what I keep that form it since birth is showing now your so you think that you make somebody emptying him to somebody family. We are not a family. The ones who are yet to make it to me. So you want to say your faith also in for long. So that they give a lesson who you keep a with in hope, the word. Now at your level, faith must have built, which you want to say is food you sow a seed, and then you start today, you root again. Then that we can create like this. And you see the channel, the one feet and learn. So learn L, learn T, learn L, or you learn L, and you then also learn you are learning. the reason we're learning. Now, about this, if you give hope to that person who need it. Need is not someone who the Lord have rejected because they are broken. That's not a hope. That's not a needy. Needy are given out the word, and they no longer have what they eat along given. They become people that need to live until spirit works something out for them to eat. These are the God needy. People, I'm not saying anything that you quote the Bible that the Bible is given. What have you sown to? Something doing. So I leave the Bible too far because I was talking about something also on the word verification. So that the need indeed is very important. Play a role like I didn't create let's say channel and then six bed. How am I going to put that I have a channel? What is the channel used for? There's nothing somebody out there that you want to say contain happen. Once you have somebody put something out there, I'm being reason. You may that big work if you have taken flesh or muscle that I built with, not with your food, out of skin or bones, and it's looking bony. Have I been given food that is reserved righteously that I fail to eat? Or you don't wear all like this, my head does brokers to show this to you. But you see, you are judgment. So see closer is judgment. That when it gets too close, you have to differently. You see, that's how you approach. Now, when you also find people around you doing such, and you call people home donate however, don't any charity and think that they see or whatever. If you look at the word, it have led you in the back to what it means and who they say give. What you want to ask? Let me ask a simple question, which is the answer. What do you think the Lord gave to the pharaohs of Egypt that he should take from Egypt? Something. Ask. What business is it? What business is it? Then consider that is for a different tribe out of it to a different land. That is, you also have pharaohs people or people from that level, such dignity, defile a moment. You know, if a great ruler, you can allow somebody to live without the to knowing if indeed is the one that you serve or his master or his angel who have because his angel, but you know, you get to know what you seed on and what you intercede of. The seed you can give and what you cannot give. What are you asking for that you can give and what you can give? So that you don't have a home that is broken by the Lord to be the one that will eat the fruit of it for a righteous. So open charity home or orphanage to claim because it is that you have made. The judgment is who they even refer to orphanage. Let's look at that word. Because I was talking about the windows and the technology. So that if that which has been given like this, you call this from upstairs, so you can see what you really capture in the then you would also learn how to praise it. But the reality in real that say is a touch or form you can feel it would now serve a purpose. When your visions or dreams remain in the sleep, you have not fulfilled anything and you have not said, and you have no solution to anybody on this earth or on where you like to work with the claims that you have been given. You also know later you have been given where it's against you or any enemy. I'm not a family to anybody on this earth. Why? Prove it is the whole in the you came and they told you no work. You see all of this. Who connect with why it happened? We get up and do this. We have witnessed it. Then he said, build it. Or when you make a move, that which he, the Lord, has shown you, and you make a move, he, the Lord, will that you adventure. We have it. Then it comes with management. Then they need a support. Also, is under ovation. Like you're good, the Lord is saying visionary. Could he just clap them? Or you don't see where I work. How they work here? This one and creating light without having to creating from spirit and light. That's why I've made this. Do it like this. No. I see light. That I don't need a delay or slow having to maybe engage with somebody to say, oh, maybe until you have the before this prayer. No, I have work to do. So that as far as it is concerned, again, I multiply those seeds and fruit of it. I see the mansion. It will anybody that got to look up than myself. If you use or present anybody that got to do the have, if you don't take that, you should consider it checking those first before somebody that claims to be this person late. before giving also, and after that, give that due consideration. But you don't have even what it takes. And you are saying the Lord called you. Who should I consult the Lord with? Or who should I have this question? When the Lord that communicated myself, that I know what He has set out to be the standard, receive this, He cannot receive that. Now you came fighting the one that they say is visionary. Who are you? I'm asking, who are you? Get out of here. You see that. So let's look at what they're saying is a word. You know, some of the things they borrow the term to represent an action, meaning, or let's say you sit right uh, on the profile or the landscape with Yeshua. So things that may be happening in the you may know more than the one who is far away. In that case, your account will be different from some who is afar off. Look at that. Let's look at this. Let's look at what word. So what? So I will even say orphanage. Let me just say orphan. Look at it. The word orphan is rooted in the ancient Greek word orphanos. It means without parents, fatherless. But that is, does it really mean that anybody that is or without parent is not gas, food? Never. You abuse it as you have just checked an own definition, but not required from the Lord. What does this word mean? As is a language mystery to you. How used? Who is the original Lord? Gave punishment to whom it is given the law and failed to keep, and broken what they have failed to keep to the level they have not put or do. Now, so that to inquire or investigate the word in school in the Lord, it will leave as the one who taught you is a liar. To be a liar because he's doing what he has, and also may have not investigate, which is why you thought he was teaching you that whatever word he's giving you, that you're also saying, you're speaking, and that is wrong. Now watch it. It evolved from even term meaning bereaved. So you see, it is simply the word bereaved. That no. Now beyond its definition, the myth conception surrounding the word involved what? Between the popular of the child or the man. Those we say, you see that they are talking of image, and this we say character, and then the ID with the ID. So character and ID. Many others I've taught it already, found it already what it means. Character X. This is I also. You see that when you find that somebody, this word is written for character, identity, and then the rem, which is in the word child. Look at somebody to be what? A child, you are wrong. Which what? It describes something. Okay, what? Now this is what that they often meet. That is that most children have died. So you see that they only regard it that most are children whose parents have died. Saying they didn't define that they are what? Every one of them they parented. There are questions. And that varying the judgment qualified to be in there. Not just everyone who died, because when you add a bad seed to be one thing, one child that maybe another person who is also bad, I think they all deserve to be in that place of punishment. Is right. Has ordained or not let you know who you are and who you and what, so that actually you have what, at least one living parent, or watch the cause that these children are what. So we are not as you think somebody being birthed as ID and then the home and what should welcome who, so that you don't regard if this is a child or a child. You are simply saying everyone or having human form they have an identity and they have a home. That's what the term children. So people are giving birth to those minute things that now it goes on like that. And also the cause that these children are what? Or this is often placed in institutions, poverty. That access to education, illness, or disability rather than being parentless. You see differently. So many of these which but you don't look at it, even when you don't understand, this will become useless to even talking about to say it's an institution. We don't want to talk about it because what are the maturity level and the ability to tell? Do you see that? So we end that one because when we talk about this, a lot of that, we won't do that. So now you take a look at what it casts across is many things. If only limited not so even as before that you don't deserve to that you deserve most living in that places. So what else? So in the take it to the level of what level? How Lord. So what has the Bible regard for orphanage, like orphans? So that's it. Now the Bible places a level. If it comes to Quran, to say as it is in their law, that same word. Yet the Bible places a high word value on orphan. Often refers to battle. Now the Hebrew says yatom. See the atom, which was yatom, and the word. I mean depicting them as what family, members of society who are what under special. So they are what differentiation. So that the POD is described as what protector. He who has said he thrown away wrongdoing, keeper of the wrong. When it becomes wrong people in the mix, that is corruption. And these believers are what continually why have they opened? So this describes the opposite. So believers are commanded for this care for them. You only defend what you defend. What you throw away, you throw away. Your kids, you go and throw away. You say, oh. So how that been in the help with the so helper of helpless as the book, the one who have give. Now the book of Psalms, that's 0. And there is 14. And they are using what? To identify the sword or the God as the one who helps fatherless. So in this case with judgment, you don't have to have a sinner having a child. So it becomes hard for you to say, the Lord I don't know. And ensuring they are not forgotten. Now he says, "Well, the God as witness and judge." When you want to say you hold, or a profit or a source, I want to hear their cry. By crying, that he cries, and you know this. You cannot use this against any person without understanding or pouring out his justice. You don't use it against people. So this is what they say for the lack of that they abuse the word, and then the curse word is not supposed to curse for a cause. So that's why we're going to end this broadcast because I'm just simply going to end it as it will be ending anywhere time soon. So well, that's what I asked this with the real laws on earth, ask us to do good too. But according to the foundational laws, you see, no, not just to church, you church the foundational law. Because this has nothing to do with good. It's built on this, but you can have a wrong on what this one. Once you lack knowledge in there, so foundational law and scripture, the creator of heaven. You see, I didn't just ask, but I the original creator of heaven that he commands that all people. But who do you see all people? Anybody has not named people to be people. So make it count. As a human being, one of them being a people, when you make it count that you are a part of people. While you also make it up as a nation, knows you to be the one indeed he talks to. You don't call and say we are the same nation, you don't know what he's saying. Or when you call it a nation, tribe, language, all the same. They are not the same. They honestly individuals what people like people are people, some of them nations. So you don't call it a nation, yet they are also human being form that you claim to be called people. And you also call some of them out. So in this case, which point they're doing what I'm doing? You want to ask, okay, language. Which language? So that the universal language, the archangel and the one who receives one. That's a very excellent word in the silence. When you take a look at the word, somebody who is not in doing, you cannot call them a pawn. So that you don't do it to the wrong person who is an enemy. When I decode the word enemy, you empower an enemy of the Lord. You empower them to kill, and the Lord will watch them kill because he is. So for lack of knowledge, most people do it, and that's why they. But that's not doing good. You did that. You did is performed or it is done. You don't just say the Bible said. What is the foundational law? You don't know the foundational law. You understood. Then you have to carry it. So look at that. Now, if it's about referring to what? Bar, so this is a bar. So the bar of what? Neighbor. But does that make it to say all people? You may be counting everybody in this country to be all people because that's what you probably is. But they are simply saying you cannot stretch to the neighbor. You are not neighbors. Far away, you can't call it neighbor. Like whatever is happening, let's say what is here, if you are not happy, you don't even call it neighbor. That is a coverage. So it's very nice to know anybody to my care or under my jury to be orphanage. I have not raised any of anyway. I have it in NKONYA with my name, Sylvester. That's in the Presbyterian. Since 2011, 2012, that I've been working with my name. That's my God come and say you are my name or my name. My name has a foundation already from beginning to this end. Yet I've never made it anyway. So if there's something to show it loud and clear, if that name with myself, Sunday, myself, did any good with giving, then the Lord will prove it. In that way, I prove things. The core command, you see, when something control, it is not outer, often called the goal to love. So what you have to love yourself in the doing of what? Loving your neighbor. What do you think you did for yourself is what? You did for those people. But you can't enemy, or you can't love your neighbor when you don't have anything. That's why we finish somebody's work in the distract, saying that if somebody wants go check doing up and down, they want to give them by doing practical forward by going to call the name of the Lord of Heaven with the person that is in need. You are saying to go and give people who are to what most of it deposit them there and then business because we may eat from that. There are some people who are willing to give or to I have this. I have almost three generations. That's why I want to say word, but look at myself not to be a child unto any God. If he's a child of God, let him do it in the name of that God he came from. I never come from any name. That you are in the creator's world. In the rule of who made the world. And when you come to know the lies, you throw it away. Is that not the reason the Bible told you examine it? Is that not the research? If it is right inside, why do you have a covenant and break it? What to what? The kind of people, so when or the level you can, or the coverage of persons who you think your strength is, that you do it to, not just. So that's a golden rule. Golden linear. If you don't tell us that somebody we don't know has given a dash, you give practically to somebody when he himself he has never given to us. Who do you want to say created the heaven and earth that have given something to us? That's a shame, shame and disgrace. That you don't even call it. When I'm not I'm not the one they be talking. That's why I say that's they are teaching something to be done. So who give life first? Guess what? Then others they also follow. The reward of the first person will lead to what? Somebody also who do it have hope. You haven't given to the one who did it first. And how can you say that somebody has been given? There's nobody anywhere given. I'm the one telling you. You don't know that I'm telling you. God, you are not a creator. I am the one telling you what is creation and what is made it. That's what even he says what is mystery. So when you find that you drop corruption, he says what when opportunity arises. Opportunity was falling, nobody had not given something. but when forces are there, but to your net, can't prove it. And needy. Then the law specifically commute toward the poor. So the word poor was poor, they say feel again. So poor in your own land, you don't have any connection. I will pour out, you need to do the same that you did. And they also coming to give again in place. You want to have it, having it, then they don't what the word poor come there. They want to pour your strength in building somebody else. That is, they may return to him. They're good. If I do good for this country, don't expect different countries to do good to us in your name. When they do any good, it is recognized in as a country, Lord. Not for this country. Do your giving my good or from any person of my relation that you think you did it. You have not said anything. You have an identity. Your flesh should make it known. And then we have another verse. The one who pour out, all the, at the time you have it and you were pouring out on people that order for that which have been replaced in field that widows. The widows already. I won't talk about it. I'm not talking about this. Who is a stranger? Angel. Angel. So this thing what they are saying alienation or alien, where you have the word alien English, even that's why the ES English refers to alien. These are the words we have for those things. Then the house that is keeping spirit, that is what we call house of faith. Not that when you have it named to it, then you have become that person. No. The house of faith and meditation, that's what we refer to the house of faith, the church. Then you become that. You may be, we are saying they can receive. But you don't become that title